Hi everyone, my name is Kristin Hayes, and today we're going to make this gift card holder, something a little different other than a card. I'm just going to take this off and open it for you so you can see the inside. And then I do have a card here so you can see how it slides in. If I can pick it up. My goodness. Okay. So then your card will just slide into the bottom here. It's a nice snug fit like that. And then this band slips on and off. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with a piece of early espresso, and this is cut at 6 inches by 4 inches. And then I did score it on the long side at 3, so it folds in half. And then we're going to work on the inside part first. And this is another piece of early espresso, and this one is cut at 4 inches long by 1.5 inches. And on this we're going to use some tear and tape on it. So this does tear. I prefer to cut it, and you want to put it very, very close to the edge because that is a really snug fit in there. So you want to make sure that you're giving it as much room as needed. So we're going to put this on either side on the short sides. And again, I'm just trying to get really close to the edge. And I'll show you at the end a couple other designs I did with this same technique. And then we're going to do one across the bottom. And you don't want to overlap where you've already been, because then you can't get the part that holds the sticky stuff. I don't know what you call the top layer. Top layer, we'll call it. There you go. You couldn't get the top layer off in parts. So again, you can tear that. I just prefer to cut it, and then I'm just going to press it down. I'm going to come in with my take your pick tool and just take up that top layer. I got both layers. There we go. Let me smooth that out just a tad, and these will come right off. Just make sure they're adhered all the way down, or you'll be lifting the whole thing up. Like I am right here. There we go. This is the hardest part of the whole project. It's really not that bad. It's just sometimes when you get on camera, it seems to take forever than when you're by yourself doing it. See, I'm pulling up the paper there. Let's try a different corner. This usually just slides right in and lifts for me. There we go. Okay. Let me just pat that down. So then what we're going to do is we're just going to line it up towards the bottom and on the sides, so it should fit perfectly in like that, and then give it a press. And then to decorate the inside, we have a piece of garden green, and this is cut at 3 7/8 by 1 3/8. And then this is a piece of, I keep forgetting the name of it, Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper. We're going to use a piece of that. And this is cut at 3 3/4 by 1 1/4. So we're just going to adhere the DSP to the garden green. Like that. I don't know which way it's supposed to go. We'll just do it this way. And then we're going to adhere this onto this flap kind of thing we just put on, just so it's going to match the front. And then for this top piece, I'm just going to put down a piece of Whisper White. This is cut at 3 7/8 by 2 7/8. And this is just so you can write a note at the top if you wanted, or to from, or how much the gift card is that you're putting in, or whatever you want. So we'll just adhere that right there. So then we're going to decorate the outside, the front and back. So I have 2 pieces. They're the same size in garden green, and these are cut again at 3 7/8 by 2 7/8, and they're both cut the same. And then I have 2 more pieces. They match the inside. You don't have to match. You can obviously do whatever you wanted. These are the Poinsettia Place DSP again, and these are cut at 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And we're just going to adhere these on again. Whoop. Honestly, I go fine, and then all of a sudden it's... So we'll just stick this on here, like that. And then we're going to do the same with this piece. Alrighty. There we go. And then we're just going to adhere these on the front and the back. Alright, just like that. And then we'll flip it over and put this on the back. Like that. Then we need to work on our band, and I'm going to be honest with you, I forgot to cut the band, so we'll do that together. This is going to be a piece of early espresso. Let me just put that aside and bring out my paper trimmer. Hopefully you can see it in here. So this piece is, I'm bringing out the arm, so it's probably not going to fit all the way in the camera frame. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut a band at 8 3/4 first. So we're going to do the 8 3/4. And then it's by, I think I did 1 inch. Yeah, 1 inch. And then I'm going to show you how I scored it. This actually worked out pretty well because I need to score. I'm going to see if I can fit this. Hopefully it's in the camera frame. So I'm going to come through and just using my scoring blade, I'm going to score it 3 1/4 inches. Like that. And then lift it up and then just slide it again to 7 3/8. And then just score again. There we go. Now I can put this aside. Whoops. All right, so then what we're gonna do is, the way I did the band, you want it tight enough to hold it, but loose enough so it slides on and off. So I started with the band with the longer piece that's scored, and I just folded right around my project. And then I came around and folded again. And we're just going to make sure it slides. It's hard when it's not adhered, but I think it's going to slide. So you just want to apply some adhesive right here to hold it in place. And here, let's just make sure that slides. It does. So I find it easier to slide on and off from the top so you don't have all the layers on the bottom. That tends to work easier for me. And once you do it a couple times, you know, on and off, then it gets a little bit easier. So what we want to do, whoops, to decorate, let me press that a little bit better. There we go. Is I already did this in the big shot. This is another piece of the Poinsettia Place DSP. So you have 2 patterns that look very similar. This pattern is the one we used for the background pieces. And then this pattern is the one I used to cut out the poinsettia in the middle. And that's not the right poinsettia. So I'll show you. Let me bring out this will just go on here like this. And then you can just use your die cut machine and get a perfect poinsettia out of it. And then I also used this piece to do 2 pieces in the bumblebee, just to coordinate. So when you're putting them on though, you want to make sure that you're putting them on the band and not on the background, because you are going to take this on and off to put in a gift card. So I'm just going to put a little snail on the back and adhere the bumblebee pieces. So let's get them going the right way. And I'm just going to press them in. It doesn't really matter where they go. They're just decorative, so however you want to. I think I'll put my poinsettia on like that. So we'll do one up and one down. Whoops, that's backwards. There we go. Maybe. Did I get it stuck? There it is. Okay. So now I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of this. And I'm just going to adhere it right about here. I want to have room for my happy holidays. So I just have a little piece of scrap. This is just 3/8 of an inch wide, and I have a lot more length than I need because we're going to put it through one of the punches. So this is Happy Holidays out of the Itty Bitty Christmas set, and we're just going to use our early espresso ink. I'm just going to ink to one side because I'm going to, let's hope I get it in one shot here. Pretty good, a little crooked. Let's try one more time. I have another piece all ready to go. Let's see. If I adjust it, I'll probably adjust too much. Oh, that's much better. Okay. So now that's too long, but this punch, and it's in the holiday catalog, and for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of it. I'll put the name up on the screen so you know how to find it. But this is great because it has 3 different widths you can punch in, and you can do like a flagged end either way, the positive or negative. And this obviously is 3/8 of an inch, so it doesn't fit exactly on one of the trays, but I just eyeball it and it comes out really well. I just want to make sure that ink is dry so I don't smear. So I'm just gonna snip off a piece, and then I just flip it over, feed it through till it looks straight, and give it a punch. That might be a little bit longer than I need. I'm gonna do it one more time to get a little more length off. There, that's better. All right, so this, we're just going to use some adhesive on the back, some Stampin' Seal, and then we're gonna tuck this. Oh, I did smear it. I'm not gonna put that on, but this is where it goes. I'm gonna do another one so off camera so that it's one I can use. But so, that'll just go on like that, and that's all set. That's already done. So let me put the band back on our original one here, and then I'll show you a couple other ones I did. So it just slides on like that. And then I did this one. You could, with a little coffee cup, you could use this, you know, to put a coffee card, Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or whatever is near you in. And the inside is just the same as we did, the same pattern. And then I also did one with one of the Christmas trees and the Happy Christmas. So there's no limit to possibilities with these. You could easily do one for a birthday or another occasion. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for spending your time and watching it with me. Have a great day.